how to make a ton of currency on League Start. We have 6 tips here. Let's get right into it. Number 1 is going to be investing into a good League Starter build. You can't, well, not, entirely. If you watch our other video about white map farming and how to make your first 10 divs, generally you can't really make any currency unless you have a good build. You've got to be able to kill monsters and pick up their loot, or you're not going to be able to get any good items. So having a good base build, a build that can do many different strategies and that you have fun playing with, is very, very important. So this is going to be like almost every max roll build is going to be really great for all of our League Starters, right? I say almost because some of them might be bossing centric, right? But that's just something you have to think about for what your strategy is going to be with the entire build, right? We've got full progression, crafting instructions, and if you just follow the milestone system, it takes you from just being poor, broke, you have only 4 links coming out of the campaign, all the way to like an end game viable version of the build. And so you definitely want to go through that whole progression, right? You wouldn't start the money making strategies. Really, you can kind of dabble a little bit, right? But you want to go through everything in the milestone system before you start to heavy invest into your currency strategies, because you could have a more comfortable time and you could be farming all this stuff faster if you just put an extra like 5 div into your build, right? And that's really, once you get up and running, 5 div is going to be what you're making in like 1 to 2 hours. Number 2 on the list, after you have a good build that you've invested into, that you're having fun with, you should also have a plan in place for your Atlas points, right? So let's say you found a max roll build, you fell in love, you love the build preview, you think it's going to be sick, how many buttons you have to press, and you're excited. Now think about what you're going to do once you finish the campaign. Where are you putting your Atlas points? What is the first thing you're speccing into? For me, and I recommend for you, that should be expedition with stream of consciousness. I won't talk about it too much because I talk about it, I swear to God, in the last like 4 videos I recorded, I talk about expedition, but that's because it's so nice. Okay, so you have your plan in place. All right, I'm gonna go for all the shaping nodes to give me map progress because I know my build can handle pushing into yellow maps and red maps really early on. Then I'm gonna spec into all the expedition stuff. I'm gonna spec into stream of consciousness because I don't have the currency to buy scarabs right away. But when I do get the currency, I'll start buying polished scarabs. Once I can buy a bunch of polished scarabs, I get a decent farm going on. I kind of want to expand. I want to invest a little harder. I'm going to do logbook farming. And now we come to point number 3, and that's going to be investing in the strategy that you like doing. So if you don't mind doing logbooks, if you think it's pretty fun or a chill time, then you can buy as many logbooks as you can afford, right? Your build has all the gear that it needs to function and be comfortable and fun. So now the only other thing you should be doing with your currency, aside from maybe some minor or very huge upgrades to your build, right? Some real big stuff, the fun ones, really, you should put all your currency invested into the strategy that you enjoy doing. So that means buying all of the logbooks you can, all the blighted maps you can, buying a bunch of remnants of corruption if you're farming like essence, for example, and then some essence compasses, right? This is going to be the compasses, better scarabs. This is going to be putting currency into the map device, right? You're paying 3C for the extra essences, or you're paying, whatever it is for a delirium mirror if you're doing something with that, right? You're just putting all of your currency into the strategies and you're buying many sets. The goal here is that you can just run stuff all day. And that's actually point number 4, is purchasing as many supplies as you can until you can just constantly map. All right, so it's the start of the day. It's day 3 on your League Start. You have some divines, maybe you sold some items, and you are ready to blast. You should be able to, in an ideal world, once you get farther enough into your build and into the investments and into making currency, you're going to use all that currency and you're going to buy as many supplies as you can so that you don't have to sell anything all day. And that is why you don't just jump straight into logbooks, right? You start with the stream of consciousness into like scarabs, into scarabs plus compass, into logbook farming, something along those lines. Because with scarabs, you can buy a bunch of them, right? Polished expedition scarabs, what, 8 chaos, 9 chaos, something like that. You can take all of your currency and you can buy a bunch of those scarabs, and then you get to buy a bunch of maps, and you can roll a bunch of maps all at once, right? You can roll like 50, 100 maps, and you can buy 100 polished scarabs once you start ramping. Now you expend all that. Now you have a ton of currency, and you could buy like 400 scarabs, 500 scarabs, run 500 maps. But at that point, you can start investing into higher tier strategies, things like logbooks or even 80 deli maps, right? So you start off with a bunch of scarabs because that's all you can afford. You would not go to logbooks when you can only afford 3 logbooks, 4 logbooks. logbooks, 5 logbooks. You're going to run those 5 logbooks in 25 minutes, right? And then what? Now you have to extract all the currency that you made from those logbooks, sell it all as fast as you can so you can buy like 7 logbooks. That it's too much for you to not be farming, right? You want to just constantly be killing the monsters and getting the loot, and you don't want to have to sell all of the whatever random stuff you got like 5 times during your farming session during the day. You want to be able to just run it all, and get to point number 5 on the list, which is bulk selling all your items on TFT. In the ideal world, you have all of your currency, you spend it all on supplies, you ran all of those maps, you didn't have to stop running maps except for, you know, whatever random breaks you wanted to. And then at the end of the day, you get to sell all of your stuff that you farmed, maybe even over the last 2 days once you start ramping hard enough. You get to bulk sell it all at one time. That's everything all at once, right? You're going to sell all of your fossils, all of your scarabs, all of the map sets like guardians and whatnot, maybe some invitations that you get that are valuable as well, fragments, sets of things. So emblems, you can sell all of your emblems at the end of the day in sets to extract a little bit more currency out of them on the Forbidden Trove if you're doing stuff like Legion farming. Let's say you get a bunch of stacked decks, you sell all your stacked decks at bulk rates all at once. Same with contracts, random currencies. You can just do currency trading through the website. That's not something you would actually do through TFT, right? But you, if let's say you're doing Tujin Expedition, you get a bunch of scours. You are going to sell all your scours at the end of the day, and you're going to just amass a whole crap ton of currency because most strategies are going to be doing bubblegum like things. Legion gets a bunch of stuff that I mentioned. Expedition gets all the stuff that I mentioned. Simulacrums, all of this stuff drops many items. And if you were to do only a few sets of those things and to try to bulk sell 30 chaos worth of fossils that you got over a couple logbooks and like 20 C and scarabs, you know, that kind of sucks. But man, at the end of the day, if you've been blasting, you bought a bunch of sets of things and you've just been farming, you're gonna have like 3 div in fossils, 5 div in scarabs, you know, 2 div in guardians, maybe like 1 div in emblem sets because they're really cheap because of freaking Empyrean or whatever. Okay, freaking Grimro. You know, you got a 3 div in stack decks. You just sell it all at once at the end of the day on TFT using a handy tool like POE Stack. I will have a Maxwell article about POE Stack and how to use that, so you can check that out. I'll probably also have a YouTube video, so keep an eye out for those because POE Stack is an insane tool that automatically posts your stuff to the TFT Discord. It's auto pricing according to their prices, which you can adjust if you disagree. But yeah, it's big, okay? It scans your stash. It pretty much does everything for you except press the button that sends the message. You just have to press the button. Yeah, holy man, I am excited to use that next League Start. All right, number 6 though, on how to make a bunch of currency on League Start. So you're already making a bunch of currency. How do you take advantage of all the currency that you've been making to make even more, right? Make money with money. So this is going to be stuff like purchasing high value items or div cards early on in the league. So at some point, you will have enough currency where investing more into your strategy really just means buying extra supplies for tomorrow. And while that can be nice, sometimes Grimro will make a video about your strategy and now it won't make any currency. So you bought all those supplies and now everything's tanking. So sometimes that happens, and you know, you wouldn't purchase like 5 days worth of supplies unless it was like mid-league and you're just doing like a very obvious like juicer farm. You have like your 1 day, maybe you do 2 days of supplies, but then at that point, what are you doing with the rest of your money? It's going to be stuff like purchasing 9 lives. This is something I did working towards Magebloods early on in the league. Just the high value div cards that turn into Mageblood, they turn into Headhunter. This can be even really valuable uniques that just always hold their value. So unnatural instincts early on are very cheap. You can buy stuff like them to kind of just like hold your value. Valuable synthesis implicits. I don't want to name anything in particular because some people have hinted at them being very good, and I want to see how good they are for next League Start. But yes, keep in mind valuable synthesis implicits, especially implicits that have 3 synth implicits total, and one of them is good. People will very much want those because the other 2 can be re-rolled with bestiary. So if you have one really good mod, like, you know, we'll just say max charge or something like that, okay? One of the charges, who knows which one's the valuable one, but one of the max charge rings could have 3 total mods, which makes it even more valuable than just having the one single implicit on there. But yeah, generally it's just going to be, if your goal is like Mageblood or Headhunter, you're going to be buying the divination cards on the way because these items will climb in price as time goes on, and so you might as well own 3/8 of a Headhunter or 3/5 of a Mageblood by the point that it's starting to go up in price. Because now you're kind of like, you're making currency, but really you're saving currency if these items are your goals. If they're not, then yeah, you are making currency. A lot of people do this with mirrors, you know, and they'll hold it for like weeks, but you know, at that point, like, geez, man, you could have probably used that currency to do other stuff. Anyways, for this point, you don't, at no point did I say, keep this in mind, at no point did I say, purchase as many divines as early on in the league for as cheap as possible. That is not how you make currency on League Start. You don't put all of your currency into buying 3 divines on your crappy build that has a 5 link that can barely farm like even red altars in red maps, right? You want your build to be as powerful, just this huge monster, okay? And you want to be able to destroy whatever content you're farming, and you want to destroy content uninterrupted for like 8 hours every single day on League Start. Hell yes. Okay? It is not just like, oh, I got a divine and then I held on to it. No, sell that divine. Sell it. Buy some upgrades. Okay? Oh, well, I did Chaos Recipe and I got 3 divines right away and now I'm just holding on to them. No! Put that currency in your build, okay? Purchasing high value items comes after having a great build and after investing into strategies, okay? Unless the strategy you have doesn't really require much investment or, you know, whatever. Anyways, let me know if you disagree or if you think I missed anything in this. I think it's pretty comprehensive. Yeah, this is pretty much what I follow on League Start. I think it's what most people do. Some people kind of skimp in the investing into their build and they're just okay with having it good enough. But man, a couple extra div is not that much of a farm and it makes it so much more comfortable and faster even. But anyways, like, sub. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.